to invent fancifully or falsely. Fabulous, incredible. Facet, one of the small triangular plane surfaces of a diamond or other gem. Facetious, amusing. Facial, pertaining to the face. Facile, not difficult to do. Facilitate, to make more easy. Facility, ease. Facsimile, an exact copy or reproduction. Faction, a number of persons combined for a common purpose. Factious, turbulent. Fallacious, illogical. Fallacy, any unsound or delusive mode of reasoning or anything based on such reasoning. Fallible, capable of erring. Fallow, land broken up and left to become mellow or to rest. Famish, to suffer extremity of hunger or thirst. Fanatic, a religious zealot. Fancier, one having a taste for or interest in special objects. Fanciless, unimaginative. Fastidious, hard to please. Fathom, a measure of length, 6 feet. Fatuous, idiotic. Faulty, imperfect. Faun, one of a class of deities of the woods and herds represented as half human with goat's feet. Fawn, a young deer. Fealty, loyalty. Feasible, that which may be done, performed, or effected, practicable. Federate, to league together. Feint, any sham, pretense, or deceptive movement. Facilitate, to wish joy or happiness to, especially in view of a coming event. Felicity, a state of well-founded happiness. Felon, a criminal or depraved person. Felonious, showing criminal or evil purpose. Felony, one of the highest class of offenses and punishable with death or imprisonment. Feminine, characteristic of a woman or womankind. Fernery, a place in which ferns are grown. Ferocious, of a wild, fierce, and savage nature. Ferocity, savageness. Fervent, ardent in feeling. Fervid, intense. Fervor, ardor or intensity of feeling. Festal, joyous. Festive, merry. Fete, a festival or feast. Fetus, the young in the womb or in the egg. Feudal, pertaining to the relation of lord and vassal. Feudalism, the feudal system. Fez, a brimless felt cap in the shape of a truncated cone, usually red with a black tassel. Fiasco, a complete or humiliating failure. Fickle, unduly changeable in feeling, judgment, or purpose. Fictitious, created or formed by the imagination. Fidelity, loyalty. Fiducial, indicative of faith or trust. Fief, a landed estate held under feudal tenure. Filibuster, one who attempts to obstruct legislation. Finale, concluding performance. Finality, the state or quality of being final or complete. Finally, at last. Financial, monetary. Financier, one skilled in or occupied with financial affairs or operations. Finery, that which is used to decorate the person or dress. Finesse, subtle contrivance used to gain a point. Finite, limited. Fiscal, pertaining to the treasury or public finances of a government. Fishmonger, one who sells fish. Fissure, a crack or crack-like depression. Fitful, spasmodic. Fixture, one who or that which is expected to remain permanently in its position. Flag officer, the captain of a flagship. Flagrant, openly scandalous. Flamboyant, characterized by extravagance and in general by want of good taste. Flatulence, accumulation of gas in the stomach and bowels. Flexion, the act of bending. Fledgling, a young bird. Flexible, pliable. Flimsy, thin and weak. Flippant, having a light, pert, trifling disposition. Flow, a collection of tabular masses of floating polar ice. Flora, the aggregate of plants growing without cultivation in a district. Floral, pertaining to flowers. Florid, flushed with red. Florist, a dealer in flowers. Fluctuate, to pass backward and forward irregularly from one state or degree to another. Fluctuation, frequent irregular change back and forth from one state or degree to another. Flue, a smoke duct in a chimney. Fluent, having a ready or easy flow of words or ideas. Fluential, pertaining to streams. Flux, a state of constant movement, change, or renewal. Foggy, obscure. Foible, a personal weakness or failing. Foist, to palm off. Foliage, any growth of leaves. Folio, a sheet of paper folded once or of a size adapted to folding once. Folklore, the traditions, beliefs, and customs of the common people. Fondle, to handle tenderly and lovingly. Foolery, folly. Footnote, a note of explanation or comment at the foot of a page or column. Foppery, dandyism. Foppish, characteristic of one who is unduly devoted to dress and the niceties of manners. Forbearance, patient endurance or toleration of offenses. Forby, besides. Forcible, violent. Forecourt, a court opening directly from the street. Forejudge, to judge of before hearing evidence. Forepeak, the extreme forward part of a ship's hold under the lowest deck. Foreshore, that part of a shore uncovered at low tide. Forebode, to be an omen or warning sign of, especially of evil. Forecast, to predict. Forecastle, that part of the upper deck of a ship forward of the after foreshrouds. Foreclose, to bar by judicial proceedings the equitable right of a mortgager to redeem property. Forefather, an ancestor. Forego, to deny oneself the pleasure or profit of. Foreground, that part of a landscape or picture situated or represented as nearest the spectator. Forehead, the upper part of the face between the eyes and the hair. Foreign, belonging to, situated in, or derived from another country. Foreigner, a citizen of a foreign country. Foreknowledge, prescience. Foreman, the head man. Foreordain, to predetermine. Foreordination, predestination. Forerun, to go before, as introducing or ushering in. Foresail, a square sail. Foresee, to discern beforehand. Foresight, provision against harm or need. Foretell, to predict. Forethought, premeditation. Forfeit, to lose possession of through failure to fulfill some obligation. Forfend, to ward off. Forgery, counterfeiting. Forego, to deny oneself. Formation, relative disposition of parts. Formidable, difficult to accomplish. Formula, fixed rule or set form. Forswear, to renounce upon oath. Forte, a strong point. Forth, into notice or view. Forthright, with directness. Fortify, to provide with defensive works. Fortitude, patient courage. Foursome, consisting of four. Fracture, a break. Fragile, easily broken. Frailty, liability to be broken or destroyed. Frankincense, a gum or resin which on burning yields aromatic fumes. Frantic, frenzied. Fraternal, brotherly. Fraudulence, deceitfulness. Fraudulent, counterfeit. Fray, to fret at the edge so as to loosen or break the threads. Freemason, a member of an ancient secret fraternity originally confined to skilled artisans. Freethinker, one who rejects authority or inspiration in religion. Free trade, commerce unrestricted by tariff or customs. Frequency, the comparative number of any kind of occurrences within a given time or space. Fresco, the art of painting on a surface of plaster, particularly on walls and ceilings. Freshness, the state, quality, or degree of being fresh. Fretful, disposed to peevishness. Frightful, apt to induce terror or alarm. Frigid, lacking warmth. Frigidarium, a room kept at a low temperature for preserving fruits, meat, etc. Frivolity, a trifling act, thought, saying, or practice. Frivolous, trivial. Frizz, to give a crinkled, fluffy appearance to. Frizzle, to cause to crinkle or curl, as the hair. Frolicsome, prankish. Frontier, the part of a nation's territory that abuts upon another country. Frowsy, slovenly in appearance. Frugal, economical. Fruition, fulfillment. Fugacious, fleeting. Fulcrum, the support on or against which a lever rests, or the point about which it turns. Fulsome, offensive from excess of praise or commendation. Fumigate, to subject to the action of smoke or fumes, especially for disinfection. Functionary, an official. Fundamental, basal. Fungible, that may be measured, counted, or weighed. Fungus, spongy. Fungus, a plant destitute of chlorophyll, as a mushroom. Furbish, to restore brightness or beauty to. Furlong, a measure, 1/8 of a mile. Furlough, a temporary absence of a soldier or sailor by permission of the commanding officer. Furrier, a dealer in or maker of fur goods. Further, more distant or advanced. Furtherance, advancement. Furtive, stealthy or sly, like the actions of a thief. Fuse, to unite or blend as by melting together. Fusible, capable of being melted by heat. Futile, of no avail or effect. Futurist, a person of expectant temperament,